Most careers do not collapse suddenly. They drift gradually. The work still matters. The salary still grows. The structure still functions. But underneath, the trajectory starts losing direction slowly enough that the change becomes emotionally invisible. And over enough time, the drift starts feeling normal. Most professionals assume dangerous careers feel unstable, chaotic, unpredictable, obviously broken. But many careers deteriorate differently, slowly, quietly, structurally, especially inside environments optimized around continuity, because modern professional systems reward stability, reliability, operational consistency, predictable execution. And over time, those incentives quietly reshape how professionals experience movement itself. You stop measuring growth through expansion. You start measuring it through maintenance, maintaining the role, maintaining the income, maintaining the routine, maintaining the position inside the system. And psychologically, that transition rarely feels dangerous. It feels mature, professional, responsible. That is exactly why career drift becomes difficult to recognize, because externally, nothing visibly fails. The meetings continue, the projects continue, the environment still rewards you, the structure still functions. But internally, the trajectory already stopped widening. This is where many professionals become trapped emotionally, not by collapse, by normalization, because normalization slowly changes what deterioration feels like. The reduced movement starts feeling reasonable, the slower pace starts feeling responsible, the narrower future starts feeling permanent, and eventually, many professionals stop comparing their current trajectory to previous expansion entirely. That adaptation changes everything, because once deterioration stops feeling abnormal, the system no longer creates urgency psychologically. The career still functions, the salary still grows, the environment still appears healthy. But internally, the movement already lost momentum. And over enough time, that invisible drift starts creating a strange form of emotional flatness, not collapse, not burnout, something subtler. The feeling that the career still works, but no longer creates movement emotionally. And over enough time, that emotional distinction becomes enormous. Because people do not only react to compensation, they also react to possibility, momentum, expansion, future flexibility. And when those begin disappearing, careers often start feeling psychologically smaller, even while external success continues. One of the biggest misconceptions inside professional growth is the belief that visible continuity automatically means healthy progression. But continuity and expansion are not identical. A career can remain stable for years while quietly losing its directional movement. That is the part many professionals miss. The danger is not sudden collapse. The danger is slow adaptation. Because slow adaptation gradually changes what feels normal psychologically. The system becomes familiar. The routines become automatic. The expectations become manageable. And over enough time, that familiarity starts replacing awareness itself. You stop asking, is this still expanding? You start asking, how do I maintain this? That transition changes the emotional structure of the career completely. Because maintenance and expansion create very different futures. Expansion creates uncertainty, movement, adaptation, possibility. But stable continuity gradually reduces all four, especially once professionals become deeply synchronized with operational systems. The environment becomes easier to navigate, but harder to leave emotionally, and eventually, many professionals realize they are no longer building momentum. They are maintaining continuity inside a trajectory that already stopped widening. Because over enough time, many professionals become extremely skilled at maintaining trajectories that no longer expand them. The person becomes more efficient, more reliable, more operationally valuable. But internally, the future starts feeling increasingly compressed. The systems already know them. The routines already exist. The expectations already feel manageable. And slowly, that familiarity starts replacing expansion emotionally. You stop thinking about possibility. You start thinking about stability, protecting the structure, protecting the routine, protecting the continuity of the environment. And eventually, the career starts consuming more emotional energy just to maintain the same level of movement. The routine becomes heavier, the flexibility becomes smaller, the trajectory becomes harder to change. And because externally everything still appears functional, but maturity and narrowing are not identical, a career can become more stable while simultaneously becoming emotionally smaller. That is why career drift becomes so difficult to detect, not because the signals are invisible, because adaptation itself slowly normalizes the deterioration. That is why career drift becomes dangerous, not because it feels painful, because eventually it stops feeling abnormal at all.